I am sitting in my cozy apartment staring at my phone as it buzzes relentlessly against the wooden coffee table. The name Dad glows on the screen like a ghost from my past. 13 years ago, my own father chose a woman over his daughter. Now, karma has come full circle, and the man who threw me away is desperately reaching out. The irony is not lost on me. The same hands that packed my suitcase when I was just 13 are now probably shaking as they dial my number over and over again. Before I share this story, please let me know where you are watching from in the comments below, and if this resonates with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more real-life stories. Now let me take you back to the day that changed everything. Life was simple when it was just Dad and me. After Mom passed away from cancer when I was 8, our little house in Connecticut became our sanctuary. David, my father, worked as a manager at a local coffee shop, and every morning he would wake me up with the smell of fresh pancakes. We had this beautiful routine where Sunday mornings meant Disney movies and hot chocolate with extra marshmallows. He would tuck me into bed every night, reading stories about brave princesses who saved themselves. "You are my little sunshine, Scarlett," he would whisper as he kissed my forehead goodnight. Our backyard had a small garden where Dad taught me to plant sunflowers. He said they reminded him of my bright smile always turning toward the light even on cloudy days. Those golden flowers became our symbol of hope, growing taller each summer, like I was growing up under his loving care. Everything changed when Dad met Patricia at his coffee shop. She was 35 years old, recently divorced, with 2 sons named Brandon, who was 14, and Kyle, who was 12. I remember the nervousness in my stomach when Dad first mentioned his new friend who wanted to meet me. I was 9 years old and secretly prayed every night for a new mom who would love me the way my real mother had. Our first meeting felt like a fairy tale. Patricia arrived with perfectly styled blonde hair and a warm smile that seemed genuine. She brought me a pink teddy bear and complimented my drawings that were stuck to our refrigerator. "You are such a smart and talented little girl, Scarlett," she said, ruffling my hair gently. She promised to teach me how to knit and said we could make scarves together for winter. I fell asleep that night clutching the teddy bear, dreaming of having a complete family again. The courtship period felt magical. Patricia would join us for dinner twice a week, always bringing small gifts and showing interest in my school projects. She helped me with my math homework and praised my efforts when I struggled with long division. David seemed happier than he had been since Mom died, humming while he cooked and smiling more often. I believed we were becoming the perfect family I had always wanted. But around 6 months into their relationship, I started noticing subtle changes. Patricia would make small comments about my behavior that seemed innocent at first. "Scarlett needs to learn more independence," she would say when she saw Dad still cutting my food at dinner. "The girl's a bit too clingy," she mentioned when I wanted to sit between them during movie nights. Dad began echoing her words, gently suggesting I needed to become more mature for my age. I tried desperately to change, hoping to earn Patricia's approval. I stopped asking Dad to help me with simple tasks and forced myself to be less affectionate in front of her. The confusion in my young heart was overwhelming. I wanted so badly for this woman to become my mother, but I could not understand why showing love to my father was suddenly considered wrong. The wedding day arrived when I turned 10, and I was thrilled to be chosen as the flower girl. Patricia looked beautiful in her white dress, and I felt proud to be part of such an important moment. I truly believed we were finally becoming a real family. The ceremony was small, but elegant, held in our local church with just close friends and family attending. As I scattered rose petals down the aisle, I imagined all the wonderful memories we would create together. Patricia and her boys moved into our house the week after the honeymoon. That was when my real nightmare began. Brandon and Kyle immediately claimed the 2 largest bedrooms upstairs, while I was relocated to a small dark room in the basement. "It is just temporary, sweetie," Patricia assured me with that same smile that was starting to feel less genuine. "We need to make room for everyone." But temporary stretched into weeks, then months, and I found myself living like a stranger in my own home. The difference in treatment became glaringly obvious within the first month of our blended family life. Brandon and Kyle had complete freedom to raid the refrigerator whenever they pleased, grabbing sodas and snacks without asking permission. Meanwhile, I had to request every single thing I wanted to eat, and Patricia would often deny my requests, claiming I needed to wait until proper meal times. The inequality stung, but I told myself it was just part of adjusting to a larger household. Weekly allowances revealed another layer of favoritism that cut deep into my young heart. Brandon and Kyle each received $20 every Friday for completing minimal chores, like keeping their rooms somewhat tidy. I received $5 only if I completed an extensive list of household tasks that seemed to grow longer each week. At 11 years old, I was responsible for washing dishes after every meal, vacuuming the entire house, doing laundry for all 5 family members, and deep cleaning bathrooms every weekend. Television time became another source of pain and isolation. Whenever Brandon and Kyle wanted to watch shows in the living room, I was expected to disappear to my basement room. The boys need their space to relax after school. Patricia would explain as if my need for relaxation was somehow less important. I would lie on my small bed in the dim basement, listening to laughter echoing from upstairs while I completed homework assignments alone. Dinner arrangements highlighted the hierarchy Patricia had established in our household. Brandon and Kyle were served, first receiving the best portions of whatever meal was prepared. I ate whatever remained, often finding myself with smaller servings of meat or the pieces of chicken that nobody else wanted. Sometimes there were no leftovers at all, and I would go to bed hungry, while Patricia explained that I should have spoken up sooner if I wanted more food. My father's silence during these injustices broke my heart more than Patricia's cruelty ever could. Whenever I approached David with tears in my eyes explaining how unfairly I was being treated, he would dismiss my concerns with phrases that felt like daggers. Patricia is working very hard to manage this household, Scarlett. You need to appreciate her efforts more. His inability or unwillingness to see what was happening right in front of him made me feel completely alone and abandoned. The emotional distance between Dad and me grew wider with each passing day. He stopped reading bedtime stories, claiming I was too old for such childish activities. Our Sunday morning pancake tradition disappeared because Patricia thought we should all eat healthier breakfasts together. Even our sunflower garden was neglected as David spent all his free time catering to Patricia's needs and bonding with her sons over sports and video games. I began keeping my pain to myself, learning that sharing my feelings only led to more disappointment and rejection. The little girl, who once felt confident in her father's love, started doubting whether she deserved love at all. Night after night, I cried silently in my basement room, wondering what I had done wrong to make my own father choose strangers over his daughter. The breaking point came during a seemingly innocent afternoon when I was 12 years old. I was playing alone in our backyard, missing the days when Dad and I would tend to our sunflowers together. While kicking a soccer ball around to entertain myself, I accidentally hit one of the large ceramic pots that held our dying sunflower plants. The pot shattered into dozens of pieces, and the soil scattered across the patio like evidence of my carelessness. Patricia discovered the destruction before I could clean it up or explain what had happened. Her reaction was swift and merciless, her voice rising to a volume that brought Dad running from inside the house. "Look what your precious daughter did, David," she screamed, pointing at the broken pottery and scattered dirt. "She destroyed our beautiful garden on purpose because she is jealous of our happy family." I tried desperately to explain that it was genuinely an accident, that I would never intentionally destroy something that meant so much to Dad and me. But my words fell on deaf ears, as Patricia continued her accusations, painting me as a vindictive and destructive child who could not accept our new family structure. The flowers that had once symbolized hope and growth now lay wilted and broken, just like the relationship between my father and me. For the first time in my life, David raised his voice at me in anger and disappointment. "How could you be so careless, Scarlett? Those flowers meant everything to me. They were the last connection I had to your mother, and you destroyed them." His words hit me harder than any physical punishment could have. I stood there in shock, realizing that my father believed Patricia's lies over my desperate attempts to tell the truth. My punishment was severe and isolating. I was forbidden from playing outside or visiting friends for 2 entire months. Every day after school, I was confined to the house to complete my extensive list of chores while Brandon and Kyle enjoyed their freedom. The injustice of being punished for an accident while watching Patricia's sons get away with intentional misbehavior taught me that fairness no longer existed in my world. Patricia's cruelty escalated as she realized David would support her discipline methods without question. She instituted new rules that seemed designed specifically to humiliate and break my spirit. Whenever I made minor mistakes, like forgetting to wipe down the bathroom sink or leaving a glass on the counter, I was forced to kneel in the corner of the living room like a small child while the rest of the family watched television around me. The most devastating blow came when Patricia decided our house needed to move forward instead of living in the past. Without consulting me or even warning me beforehand, she removed every single photograph of my deceased mother from our home. Picture frames that had sat on mantels and side tables for years suddenly disappeared, along with the few precious mementos I had treasured since Mom's death. When I discovered what had happened and ran to Dad in tears, his response shattered what remained of my trust in him. "Maybe Patricia is right, Scarlett. Perhaps holding on to these old memories is preventing you from embracing our new family." He actually agreed that erasing my mother's presence from our home was healthy and necessary. That night, I understood with painful clarity that I truly had no one left to protect or defend me. Patricia's psychological torture continued to evolve and intensify. If I failed to complete household chores to her impossible standards, she would withhold dinner as punishment. I learned to hide crackers and granola bars in my basement room because going to bed hungry had become a regular occurrence. The woman who had once promised to knit scarves with me now seemed determined to make my life as miserable as possible. The isolation was perhaps worse than the physical deprivation. I was forbidden from having friends visit our house because Patricia claimed I was too irresponsible to have guests. When classmates invited me to birthday parties or sleepovers, Patricia would find excuses to prevent me from attending. "Scarlett has too much work to do around the house," became her standard response to any social opportunities that might bring me happiness. My 13th birthday passed without celebration or acknowledgement. While Brandon and Kyle had received elaborate parties with decorations, cake, and invited friends for their recent birthdays, my special day was treated like any other ordinary Tuesday. I spent it doing laundry and scrubbing floors while listening to Patricia plan Kyle's upcoming celebration that would happen just 2 weeks later. The emotional abuse reached its peak when Patricia began openly discussing her dislike of me during phone conversations with her friends. She made no effort to hide these discussions, allowing me to overhear cruel comments about my appearance, my personality, and my presence in her house. "I just cannot stand that girl," she would say loudly while I worked in the next room. "She reminds me of David's dead wife every single day, and it makes building our new life together impossible." One evening in late October, I accidentally overheard a conversation that would change my life forever. Patricia was on the phone in the kitchen, speaking to someone about her frustrations with our living situation. I had come upstairs to get a glass of water and heard my name mentioned, so I paused just outside the doorway to listen. "I have been patient for 3 years, but I cannot take it anymore," Patricia was saying to whoever was on the other end of the call. "That girl has got to go. Every time I look at her, I see David's first wife staring back at me. She is a constant reminder of the life he had before me, and it is destroying our marriage. Either she leaves or I am taking my boys and walking away from this whole situation. The blood drained from my face as I realized Patricia was actively planning my removal from the only home I had ever known. She was not just making my life difficult out of cruelty or jealousy. She was systematically working to convince my father that choosing between his daughter and his new wife was necessary for their happiness. And based on the past 3 years of his behavior, I already knew which choice he would make. Patricia discovered me listening outside the kitchen doorway, and her fury was immediate and explosive. "You little spy!" she screamed, her face turning red with rage. "How dare you sneak around eavesdropping on private conversations? This is exactly the kind of sneaky, disrespectful behavior I have been talking about." She stormed toward me with such anger that I genuinely feared she might become physically violent. The confrontation that followed was the final nail in the coffin of my childhood. Patricia marched straight to David and delivered her ultimatum with the confidence of someone who knew she held all the power. "I cannot live like this anymore, David. Either you choose your daughter or you choose your wife and stepsons. But I will not spend another day in this house with that girl undermining our family and disrespecting me at every turn." David looked back and forth between Patricia and me, his face showing the internal struggle of a man being forced to make an impossible decision. But the struggle did not last long. The man who had once called me his sunshine looked directly into my tear-filled eyes and spoke words that would haunt me forever. "Scarlett, go pack your things. You are going to live with Aunt Margaret for a while." I could not believe what I was hearing. My own father was choosing a woman he had known for 4 years over the daughter he had raised and claimed to love for 13 years. "Dad, please," I begged, falling to my knees in desperation. "I promise I will be better. I will do anything you want. This is my home. You are my family." But my pleas fell on ears that had already closed to my voice. "This decision is final," David said, with a coldness that chilled me to the bone. "Patricia is my wife now, and I need to think about our family's happiness. Margaret will take good care of you in California." He refused to meet my eyes as he spoke, and I realized that the father I had loved and trusted was gone forever, replaced by a stranger who valued his own comfort over his child's well-being. That night, I packed 13 years of my life into 2 suitcases while listening to Patricia and David discuss logistics in the next room as if they were shipping furniture rather than banishing a child. The pink teddy bear Patricia had given me during our first meeting sat on my bed, a cruel reminder of how thoroughly I had been deceived and manipulated. The drive to the airport was silent except for Patricia's barely concealed satisfaction as she sat in the passenger seat. David kept his eyes focused straight ahead, never once looking back at the daughter he was abandoning. As my plane lifted off from Connecticut soil, I pressed my face against the small window and watched my childhood disappear below the clouds. Aunt Margaret, my mother's older sister, lived in a small apartment in Los Angeles and worked long shifts as a nurse at the local hospital. Elena had never married and had no experience raising children, making our initial adjustment period awkward and challenging for both of us. She was dealing with her own grief over losing her younger sister, while suddenly becoming responsible for a traumatized 13-year-old girl. The first 3 months in California were the darkest period of my entire life. I barely spoke to Elena, spending most of my time crying in the small spare room she had hastily converted into a bedroom for me. Every night, I wrote long letters to Dad, pouring my heart onto paper and begging him to reconsider his decision. I mailed those letters faithfully, but never received a single response. The silence from Connecticut was deafening and final. Elena showed a patience and kindness that slowly began to heal my shattered heart. She worked double shifts to afford the extra expenses of supporting me, never once complaining or making me feel like a burden. "Your mother would want you to be strong, honey," she would say during my lowest moments. "She raised a fighter, not a quitter." Gradually, her gentle encouragement helped me find the courage to start rebuilding my life. School became my refuge and my salvation. I threw myself into my studies with the determination of someone who had learned that success was the only reliable path forward. My grades improved dramatically, and teachers began to notice my dedication and potential. I joined the debate team and discovered I had a natural talent for public speaking and logical argumentation. During my sophomore year, I met Hannah, a girl whose father had also abandoned their family for a younger woman. Our friendship was built on shared understanding and mutual support, creating the kind of bond that can only exist between people who have survived similar traumas. Hannah's strength and resilience inspired me to keep pushing forward, even when the pain felt unbearable. By my junior year, I was ranked in the top 5% of my class and had become captain of the debate team. College applications became my obsession as I researched scholarships and programs that would allow me to build an independent future. The little girl who had once been thrown away was transforming into a young woman determined to prove her worth to the world, if not to her father. The day I received my acceptance letter to UCLA with a full academic scholarship was one of the proudest moments of my life. Elena cried tears of joy as we celebrated my achievement, and I realized that this woman who had reluctantly taken me in had become more of a parent than the man who had created me. She had given me love, support, and encouragement without ever asking for anything in return. College life at UCLA opened up a world of possibilities I had never imagined. I declared a major in business administration and discovered a passion for marketing and strategic communication. Working part-time at a campus coffee shop, I saved every penny while maintaining a perfect grade point average and participating in multiple student organizations. My work ethic and determination caught the attention of professors and potential employers. During my senior year, I secured an internship at a prestigious marketing firm in downtown Los Angeles, where my creativity and analytical skills quickly set me apart from other interns. The company offered me a full-time position before I even graduated, starting at a salary that seemed like a fortune to someone who had grown up feeling unwanted and worthless. At 25 years old, I had achieved everything I had dreamed of during those dark nights in Elena's spare bedroom. I was promoted to marketing manager at my firm, earning a 6-figure salary that allowed me to purchase a beautiful 1-bedroom apartment in West Hollywood. My life was filled with challenging work, supportive colleagues, and genuine friendships with people who valued and respected me. The success felt even sweeter because I had built it entirely on my own merit and determination. No one had handed me opportunities or opened doors based on family connections. Every achievement was the result of my own hard work and refusal to give up even when the world seemed determined to break me down. I had proven to myself that my worth was not dependent on my father's love or approval. During all these years of growth and success, David never attempted to contact me even once. There were no birthday cards, graduation congratulations, or attempts to rebuild our relationship. The silence was complete and absolute, confirming what I had learned that terrible day in October. I was truly dead to him, erased from his life as thoroughly as Patricia had erased my mother's photographs from our house. Through social media and occasional contact with old neighbors, I learned fragments of information about life back in Connecticut. David and Patricia seemed to be living their perfect nuclear family dream, with Brandon and Kyle, who were now in college and pursuing their own careers. The house where I had once planted sunflowers with my father had become someone else's story, with no room for memories of the daughter who had been discarded. But karma, as they say, is a patient force that eventually collects all debts. The first crack in David and Patricia's perfect facade appeared when Brandon and Kyle graduated college and moved across the country for work opportunities. With both sons establishing their independent lives far from Connecticut, Patricia began to feel restless and dissatisfied with her marriage to an older man whose best years seemed to be behind him. The real devastation came when Patricia discovered that David had been hiding significant financial problems for months. His coffee shop had been struggling due to new competition and changing consumer preferences, and he had been borrowing money to cover both business and personal expenses. When Patricia learned about the mounting debt and declining income, her commitment to their marriage evaporated as quickly as her initial charm had appeared. Patricia's departure was as swift and merciless as her treatment of me had been years earlier. She emptied their joint bank accounts, took everything of value that she could legally claim, and moved to Florida with a new boyfriend she had been secretly dating for several months. The woman who had demanded my father choose between his wife and his daughter had no qualms about abandoning him the moment their financial situation became challenging. Brandon and Kyle, who had grown up calling David their stepfather and accepting his support throughout their college years, immediately cut off all contact once Patricia left. "You were never really our father anyway," Kyle told him during their final phone conversation. "We were just kids when Mom married you. Now we have our own lives, and we do not need anything from you anymore." At 58 years old, David found himself completely alone in the house that had once been filled with the laughter of the family he had chosen over his own daughter. The sunflower garden was long dead and overgrown with weeds. The rooms that had once hosted birthday parties and holiday celebrations for Patricia's sons now echoed with emptiness and regret. His health began to decline under the stress of isolation and financial worry. Diabetes and high blood pressure conditions that had been manageable with proper care and support became serious threats as he struggled to afford medications and regular doctor visits. The man who had once been strong enough to lift his little girl onto his shoulders was now weak and frightened, facing the consequences of choices he could no longer undo or justify. The phone call came on a Tuesday evening in March, almost exactly 13 years after the day David had told me to pack my bags. I was sitting in my apartment reviewing marketing proposals for a major client campaign when my phone buzzed with a number I did not recognize. For some reason, I felt compelled to answer rather than letting it go to voicemail. "Scarlett." The voice was older and more fragile than I remembered, but unmistakably my father's. "Honey, it is Dad. I know I do not deserve to call you that anymore, but I did not know what else to say." The sound of his voice, after so many years of silence, sent a shockwave of mixed emotions through my entire body. Anger, sadness, confusion, and even a trace of the love I had tried so hard to bury all crashed together in my chest. He told me about Patricia's betrayal and abandonment, his voice breaking, as he described how she had taken everything and left him with nothing but debt and health problems. "The boys want nothing to do with me now that their mother is gone. They said I was never really their father, just someone who paid their bills for a while. I realize now that you were the only real family I ever had, and I threw you away like you meant nothing." David's apology was lengthy and desperate, filled with admissions of guilt and pleas for forgiveness that came 12 years too late. "I was wrong, Scarlett, so terribly unforgivably wrong. I let Patricia convince me that choosing her was choosing happiness, but all I did was destroy the most important relationship in my life. I lost my sunshine, and I have been living in darkness ever since." He begged me to come home to help him through his medical and financial crises, to give him a chance to be the father he should have been all along. "You are the only family I have left in this world, sweetheart. I know I have no right to ask for anything, but I am desperate and scared, and I do not know where else to turn. Please consider coming back to Connecticut. I need you." I listened to his entire confession in complete silence, processing emotions and memories I had worked years to overcome. Part of me felt satisfaction at hearing how thoroughly Patricia had betrayed him, proving that her love had always been conditional and selfish. Another part of me felt genuine sadness for the broken, lonely man my father had become, paying the price for valuing the wrong relationships and making the wrong choices. But the strongest emotion I felt was peace. The kind of deep, unshakable peace that comes from knowing exactly who you are and what you will and will not accept in your life. "Dad, I said finally, my voice steady and calm. I forgave you a long time ago, not for you, but for my own peace of mind. Holding on to anger and resentment was poisoning my own happiness, so I chose to let it go. But forgiveness does not mean forgetting. And it definitely does not mean pretending that what happened was acceptable or okay. I continued. You chose Patricia over your own daughter when I needed you most. You believed her lies over my truth. You erased my mother's memory from our home and allowed another woman's children to take my place in your heart and in your life. I told him about my success, my career, my apartment, and the life I had built without any help or support from him. I learned to be strong, to be independent, and most importantly, to choose people who choose me back. I surround myself with individuals who value my presence instead of treating it as a burden or an obstacle to their happiness. The decision I had reached was final and non-negotiable. I will not be coming back to Connecticut, Dad. I will not be taking care of you or trying to rebuild a relationship that you destroyed 13 years ago. But I am not heartless, and I do not want you to suffer unnecessarily. I promised to send money each month to help with his medical expenses, because that seemed like the right thing to do, regardless of our history. Take care of yourself, Dad, I said as our conversation drew to a close. I hope you find the peace you are looking for, and I hope you learned something from the choices you made. But my life is here now, with people who have proven their love and loyalty to me through actions, not just words. After hanging up the phone, I sat quietly in my living room, looking out at the twinkling lights of Los Angeles spread out below my window. The city that had welcomed me as a frightened, abandoned teenager had become my true home, filled with genuine relationships and authentic success that no one could take away from me. I thought about Elena, who had opened her home and her heart to a niece she barely knew, never asking for gratitude or recognition. I thought about Hannah and my other friends who had supported me through college and career challenges with unwavering loyalty. I thought about my colleagues and mentors who had seen my potential and helped me develop it into something meaningful and valuable. The realization that struck me most powerfully was that family is not always about blood relations or legal connections. Real family consists of people who show up consistently, who stay during difficult times, who choose to love and support you even when it is inconvenient or challenging. These people had been my true family for years, while I had wasted energy grieving for the approval of someone who had proven himself unworthy of my love. Sometimes the people who are supposed to love us unconditionally are the ones who hurt us the most deeply. Parents, siblings, and other relatives can inflict wounds that take years to heal simply because we trust them with parts of our hearts that we protect from everyone else. Learning to recognize and accept this painful truth is part of growing into a healthy, independent adult. But I also learned that healing and happiness are possible even after the most devastating betrayals and abandonments. The little girl who had cried herself to sleep in a basement room had grown into a woman capable of building her own happiness and success. Ellen and Hannah, my friends and my colleagues, had become my chosen family, proving that love and loyalty can be found in unexpected places when we open our hearts to new possibilities. As I prepared for bed that night, I felt grateful rather than bitter about the journey that had brought me to this moment. David's rejection had forced me to develop strength, resilience, and independence that I might never have discovered otherwise. His failure as a father had taught me to value genuine love and to never settle for anything less than complete acceptance and respect. I did not need my father's validation anymore because I had learned to validate myself through achievements, relationships, and personal growth that he had played no part in creating. The scared, unwanted child who had been thrown away at 13 had transformed into a confident, successful woman who knew her own worth and refused to compromise it for anyone. And maybe that is the greatest gift he unknowingly gave me during that terrible conversation 13 years ago when he chose Patricia over his own daughter. He taught me that I was strong enough to survive without him, capable enough to succeed on my own merits, and valuable enough to attract genuine love from people who truly deserved my trust and affection. If you have experienced family betrayal or abandonment, I would love to hear your story in the comments below. How did you find the strength to rebuild your life? What advice would you give to others facing similar challenges? Please hit the like button if this story resonated with you, and do not forget to subscribe for more real-life stories about overcoming adversity and finding happiness. Share this video with anyone who might need to hear that healing and success are possible even after the deepest wounds. Thank you for listening to my story, and I hope it brings you comfort, strength, and hope for your own journey forward.